Hey everyone, how's it going? Hope you're all having a lovely day. I'm Eddie, and welcome back to King's Court. Of course, there's a lot to get into because rumors are buzzing right now. And also, I got a few things to say about that Bucks Suns game. But first, let's just talk about the trend of Simmons leaving Philadelphia. Now, here is what I think Philadelphia should do. Just move on from Ben Simmons. Yes, he's young. Yes, he's an all star. But the way your team is built and the direction it is going, you do not need a Ben Simmons. Yeah, he's a huge point guard, question mark, that could defend almost any position. I get it. But on offense, he really limits everybody. And Joel Embiid, from what I've seen, is way more effective on the inside. Embiid needs spacing. You need to build a team around Embiid with a lot of shooters. 3 and D guys. I guess it's very cliche to say this sort of stuff, but Embiid is your center. He'll get the rebounds. He'll do the work on the inside. Built it like you would have built Dwight Howard's team. That's what I say if you're Philadelphia's GM. Move on from Simmons. It was a good run. What was it, 4 years? Just move on from him. Like I said, he's a really good player. And the good part is, you'll be able to get so much in return. Of course, his playoff performance didn't really help his case to maybe give a little something or a bit of a shine to teams that are trying to make the playoffs. The Sixers might have to work with the lottery or teams that are not in the playoffs to be able to get some assets back because, like I mentioned, Ben Simmons was a huge liability on offense. Defense, he did his work, but beyond that, I don't think he did very much. They shouldn't even have been eliminated by the Atlanta Hawks. Let's just be real about it. The Hawks, as dominant as they were on offense, they still seem to slow down, or at least, I guess, take advantage of Embiid having a hurt meniscus, and they advanced on it. But kudos to Embiid for playing, and kudos to the Hawks for being able to work around it or work through it. I guess, however you want to put it. But the Sixers just need to move on from Simmons. It's just not going to work out anymore. Of course, a few of you have heard what Embiid and Rivers had to say about Simmons. I'm not sure it's going to work out even if they did stay together. So I rule that they just drop him and maybe try to pick up 4 good guys. Maybe even pick up maybe 4 or 5 guys and then trade those players to playoff teams. And then maybe each team could work something out. I don't know. I'm not looking at the numbers specifically, but maybe GM look into it. Now, Kahwi Leonard has been ruled to have torn his ACL and AMCL. I don't think it's gonna affect his free agency. Any team that's gonna want him, they're gonna pay money for him. I just saw No Dunks. Of course, anyone that watches No Dunks heard those guys say Kevin Durant's Achilles kept him out for a whole season, and he came back still strong, leading Brooklyn to almost the Eastern Conference Finals. And it's no small feat for him. He dropped his numbers almost 40 throughout the playoffs. He was just a monster, and he fell short because his other all-stars got hurt. Irving, Harden. There's no fault to Kevin Durant, but that's what was going to happen. And so many people still consider Kevin Durant to be the best player in the world. Off an Achilles injury that kept him out for so long. Yeah, Kahwi Leonard is a Kevin Durant tier player, one of the top dogs in the NBA. So, of course, a lot of teams are going to try to pay him. I still think he'll ultimately choose the Clippers, but he's gonna I think, test out what they're gonna do on free agency in regards to signing guys, getting guys, and see what kind of moves they're trying to make. So many jokes are going around saying that Kawhi is gonna choose the best medical team. I think that's nonsense. It's just I think there was just too much of the Spurs franchise going on that maybe had a little something to do with it. But that's a story for another time. Maybe in the summer, later in the summer when the playoffs are completely done. So I think his free agency is not going to be altered by any means. Anyone that's going to want him will try to pay him. And yes, he is going to be out for, I think they said 6 months. It's not 100% approved, but even if it's that long, I still think any team's going to try to go for him anyway. He's a big player. He's a big-time player. He's very consistent. I would know. Clipper fan here, of course, a lot of you here. I think he'll still get his bag. Now, let's talk about the Bucks Suns, right? Who knew that the Bucks are just gonna turn everything around and then just give the Suns a series? I had the Suns winning only because, well, they have been the best and healthiest team as of late. But the Bucks and Giannis, there's no signs of slowing them down. I don't know what Budenholzer is doing, but whatever he's telling his team, it's working. Giannis is still being a monster. The Suns are still trying to stop him. I would guess, right? I would guess. Try to get the one that can't shoot out of the paint. I think it's just DeAndre Ayton just struggling to have Giannis stay out of the paint. As crazy as that is, because youth could typically stop youth because they're still fast. But I wouldn't be upset if the Bucks come back and take this one after being down 2-0, and then maybe even taking this to 7 games. I would bet on the Bucks. I mean, why not? They're performing just as well, if not better than the Suns right now over the last 2 games. Let's just call it a series. It's a good series. That's what I mean to say. Although my pick isn't changing yet, I still got the Suns. They still have home court advantage. They still, to me, they still have more reliable players. I just don't think Pat Connaughton, Bobby Portis, who else is on the team? I think it's no, Kaminsky's on the Suns. Well, the supporting cast for the Bucks, I don't think it's as good as the Suns supporting cast, if you're catching my drift. There's just too many good guys on the Suns team that I think the Bucks just don't have answers to. It just comes down to, in my eyes, Suns making the best plays, turning the ball over the least, and just being in the right position at the right times. They tend to play better at home anyway, so of course the Suns are still in a good position. Just don't lose the next one. You don't want to lose 3 in a row. That does not look good in your record. Let's put it that way. Now, I wanted to get into what's going to happen in the summer. Well, late summer now. I will have time to upload. I will have a lot of time to do things. And let's just say uploading is going to be difficult. Only because I am limited to topics and, I have ideas. I just don't know what people want to listen to. I could go for the trendy things, but I don't like to do trendy stuff. All right? So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do what I can on a daily basis. Just, hey, this hasn't happened. No one's talked about this. Of course, I'll still get into basketball rumors and whatnot, but I'll need you guys to support as well. As crazy as this may seem, I love to do this, but I need a wider audience just to get things going, I want more people to listen. I'd like to do this in the long run. I just need viewers. This is so difficult when there's so many channels doing sports. That's why I kind of want to do my own thing and do other things and talk about other things. It's just difficult. All right. So I think that's all I got to say for this video. I've carried on longer than I thought I would, so let's just call it there. If you guys want to support this channel, support me, just like, share, and subscribe for now. Of course, everything else like Patreons and merch and whatever the things that you guys would like to have, it will come down the line. But for now, let's just get this ball rolling and let's just get my name out there. I'm pretty sure you guys will find someone that or know someone that will appreciate listening to what I have to say, especially from a standpoint of a conservative side, since so many analysts are too afraid to say a lot of things to argue the I guess the popular opinion. You know, I always back up guys like Marcellus Wiley, Steven Jackson. He's coming to fruition. He's coming out as an intelligent retired player. Kwame Brown, I have a lot of respect for that man. If you're out there as a conservative, I know how tight the community is. Help a man out, you know. I would love the support, and thank you to all the Patriots that have stuck around for this long. All right, like always, follow me at MR_E Reyes Barron, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. I'm out. Thanks for listening.